Today on iPon 70, Forest Almond for the Vertuo line and Forest Almond for the original line. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. I'm your host Sterling Miller. If it's your first time here, we are an Nespresso-centric channel. We review the original line and the Vertuo line of Nespresso. If that is what you're looking for, you have found the right channel. For my returning Podhead family and patrons, any and all announcements will be at the end, including the patron drawing for October and the Halloween contest. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's star attraction. It is the two Forest Almond series lines. We got the Vertuo, we got the original line. It's a first year release, so let's take a look at what they have to say. Forest variations, let's get down to the aromatic profile. Woody, cereal, and warm spice notes abound, while a sweet fruit note shimmers through as subtle as sunlight filtering through the canopy leaves. Wow, that's a pretty extravagant description there. It's a 60-40 roast on it, so they got the lighter, longer, and then we go up here. We got roastiness 2, acidity 1, bitterness 1, body 2, and again, for some reason, a zero cost. And we go up here, and it is a 7.7 ounce mug. So we have that. Going over to the original line, the aromatic profile. Where does the flavor end and the Arabica's aromatics begin? The espresso brims with almond aromas, sweet nuttiness, vanilla, and light fruitiness. Interesting, so we do actually have two totally different tastes going on here. That is excellent, because too many times they describe them the same, and yet they do taste dramatically different, as we saw last week with Hawaii Kona. Roastiness 3, acidity 3, bitterness 3, and body 3. It is all the way around, kind of in the middle upper, and it is just a standard espresso 1.35 ounce. So let's take a look at the pods here. We'll open up the Vertuo line first. Take a look at the original line. All right, so taking a look at the pods, here's your first one. This is the Vertuo. All right, so it's almost got a palm frond or some kind of a leaf design on it, kind of in gold, and then it's a darker brown than I think it looks on the website. It does say forest variations on the bottom, but there's really no description. Again, if you don't remember, it's the Forest Almond, you wouldn't know. Then we come over here to the original line. Same design, although the gold isn't as vibrant. The brown is duller, and again, on the bottom, not labeled, just says Forest Variations. Woody, cereal, warm spices, and fruit notes, almond, nuttiness, vanilla, and light fruit. Forest Almond for the original and the Vertuo line. Let's go brew a shot cup. All right, for round one, we're just gonna brew these independently and just try the coffee, so let's get these guys going. All right, both coffees are done. Let's see. Boy, they didn't really give us the levels, but judging, I would say it would be a solid middle, like 5 if I had to judge the coffee, and on the espresso, probably a 4, somewhere in there. Boy, not much for smell on the espresso. Just a really light, almost like a creamy almond smell. It's really pleasant. That's got almost like almond with a little bit, maybe that's that fruit coming through at the end, but it's got like a bright note, and that might be the fruit. So, hey, I'm excited. Let's go give them a taste. Keeping with tradition, we will sample the original line first. Let's give it a taste. That's got a much Ooh, boy, the aftertaste is really nice. It's got a much, I'm getting a very, like here and right up in the roof of my mouth, I'm getting a really, really drying effect. The flavor's nice, but man, did it leave a, almost like an odd, like coating in my mouth. Try one more time here. Very soft almond. Like, for it being called almond, I think the fruit note almost comes through more than the almond. The almond is like, let's say level 4, and the fruit is like level 7. So when you drink it, you almost taste more of the fruit note than you do the almond. And it's got a little bit of a, okay, yeah, maybe that's the vanilla. There's like a creaminess to it, or like a softness to that flavor, and I think that might be the vanilla. Round 1, let's try the Vertuo. Yeah, the vanilla notes definitely come through more on the Vertuo than they did on the original line. And what little there is for fruit is way in the back. They're almost inverted. So if I would say like 4 and 7, this would be like 7 and 4. It would be almost backwards. And this has got a little more bite to it. It's got just a little bit more acidity. Feels like it has a decent amount of oil in it because the texture is there. Yeah, not bad. It's kind of very, very, if you're expecting a really pungent almond, this one's going to be better for the almond flavor than this one, but they're both reasonably good. This one's not bad. This one, if I had to again complain a little bit about anything, is it tastes like it has a little bit of a bitter bite, but not horrible. Not where you're going to be like, wow, what is that? But it does have a little bit of a bitter bite. So I think, let me try this. Very, very different, but it gives me a direction to go with these. I think we need to go round 2. I think we're going to go a little different direction with this one than what you probably think we will. But yeah, let's go round 2. Let's go brew another shot and a cup. For round 2, I'm actually going to brew 2 pods. So I'm going to get the first one going here. And we're going to put it into our larger mug. So we'll get that going, then we'll do the same thing, second pod. All right, so we got our double shot in here. We're now gonna put it into our shaker, which has, as you can probably see from the frost, about 3/4 with ice. We're gonna put that in, let it start cooling off. We now need an ounce of Kahlua. An ounce of Bailey's. And 1 ounce of vodka. I just happen to be using Tito's. We're gonna get these together. Hopefully I don't make a mess all over the floor. All right, it is shaken. We're gonna strain it into our martini glass. Oop. Leave it to me to spill something. Let's go give this a taste. Round 2, we got the espresso martini. What is it gonna taste like? How is it gonna go? I don't know, but we're gonna give it a shot. Let's give it a taste. I actually thought it was going to be a little too powerful. I thought all I was going to taste was the alcohol, but you get a wonderful aftertaste of almond and Bailey's, which is nice. You get a nice load up front. It's got a little bit of that vapor that alcohol has in it as you first take a taste, but it's extremely good. I think I like it better the second taste. Wow. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, with my first concoction with Bailey's being an 8, I would say this one would be a solid 7. It's really good as a little martini. This is good stuff. That almond comes through, that wonderful espresso flavor still there. That is really good. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm a lightweight. Let's go and get the Vertuo done. It's round 2. I don't think I'm gonna put it with this. I think the espresso lent itself much better than this will be. This is gonna be a little more of a traditional flavor profile. So let's go get this one done. Let's go brew a cup. For round 2 for the Vertuo, I'm gonna get the coffee going. And then I got 3 ounces of whole milk, or 89 milliliters. I'm gonna put that into our carafe here. And then along with that, I'm gonna add, I think, 2 pumps of vanilla just to accentuate that sweetness and those notes, that almond notes. I think that's gonna blend really well together. So I'm gonna give it 2 pumps. And then for this one, I'm just gonna do normal frothing. We just wanna get them together and get that creamy texture of the milk. All right, so I had to change off to a different mug because I realized that one wasn't gonna hold everything. So our coffee is done, our milk is done. Oh man, let's get these 2 together here. Ooh, it looks so cool. Let's go give it a taste. Round 2, let's give it a taste. That's pretty good. I think the milk might have I think maybe I should have frothed the milk a little bit longer. It seems like maybe it needed a little bit more of a creamy texture. But other than that, the flavors are great. You're now getting a little bit more of the vanilla, which I really liked in this one. And it's calming down a little bit of that bitter. So you have a little bit more, in my opinion, a balanced cup with the milk and the vanilla, accentuating this one, which had more of the almond notes than this one did. Yeah, that's really good, just like that. The vanilla, the almond, that light fruit note, and the bite. The bite has been taken down substantially, so you almost don't even notice it. It just has a nice, wonderful coffee flavor as it passes through. Wow, yeah. And the aftertaste is just so pleasant. Just a wonderful almondy, light aftertaste. Wow. 2 good drinks. Let's take a look at what they're doing. Starting over with the Vertuo line, we got $12.50 a sleeve, or $1.25 a capsule. Warm and nutty, almond and vanilla. The vanilla didn't come through as much for me on that one as it did on once I added the milk and a little bit extra, a little splash of vanilla. Over on the original line, we have $8 a sleeve, or 80 cents a capsule, vanilla, almond, and fruit. The fruit notes definitely come through. The almond, not as much. The vanilla was nice and pleasant. We turned it into that wonderful martini. So where does that leave these 2? We have 2 entries that are good and solid in their own right. This one more as a cup of coffee. This one more as an espresso. This one's just a good, solid, middle of the road entry of 3 out of 5 pods. Same with this guy. For the Vertuo line, 3 out of 5 pods. Nothing outstanding, but nothing wrong with either one of them. They're just a good, different flavor, and martini's pretty good. If you want to whip one up, post down below what you thought of it. It was, my wife tried it off camera, and she loved it. So for you females, it might be sweet enough. I don't know. Post down below what you try, if you try it, and let me know. Couple of fun pods this week, moving into the fall. Next week, we'll do another double review. I don't know which one, but we will have one of those 2. We have a patron drawing to get to. We got all of the patrons again. I had to do a reprint because we picked up so many patrons, and unfortunately, I printed them a little bit smaller than I did the last time, so I'm gonna have to get my glasses on for this. But if you were current in the month of October, your name is in here. Remember, if you support with $1, you have 1 entry. If you support with $10, you have 10 entries. And if Joy B wins again, she needs to go play the lottery. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so we got all of our entries. We're gonna shake them up, reach in, Oh, we have John G. You are a patron winner for the month of October. Contact us on Patreon in the app there, message us. You get a $30 gift card. Congratulations, John G. Moving on into some other announcements. I had the Halloween contest where I wanted you to dress up with the Podhead merchandise with a mug or your hoodie or whatever. Sadly, I received no entries. So evidently that contest didn't resonate with you. So we will carry over that $50 gift card into the next contest. I haven't quite decided what that's gonna be, but the Christmas contest is going to be basically what it was last year. So we'll have a Christmas contest and we'll have probably, I think I'm just gonna call it a fall contest. Also, if you didn't notice, Nespresso has out their Advent for the holidays. If you like their Advent thing where you get a selection of various coffees, that is out and going right now. Also, according to the folks at Scottsdale, there's going to be a new line of cups coming to represent the new coffees that they have. So we'll be looking forward to those. Evidently, they're not gonna be until next year. Look forward to that. We got some glassware coming. That brings us to a close of this week's video. I thank you so much for your time. If you've made it this far into the video, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. How do we do what we do? It's because of these wonderful people here scrolling beside my patrons. Each and every month they support me, and it makes such a difference as to what we were able to do this year and the things that we've accomplished. It really does make a huge difference, and I thank each and every one of them from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being you. If you would like to be an amazing person, a patron, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70. It's the same as the YouTube channel. You too can get a discount on the Podhead merchandise and receive the videos a few days early and commercial free. Until next Friday with another coffee tasting video, have a great rest of your day.